So guys, new week, new game, and today we have Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.o. Fun game, refreshing after a stressful year spent on Tekken 8. Virtua Fighter is the type of the fighting game I prefer, and considering this is not meant to be a competitor of Tekken 8 or SF6, that competitor will be Virtua Fighter 6. It's amazing how well it still holds up after the years. Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.o is the latest and what seems to be the final version of Virtua Fighter 5, which released all the way back in 2006. I'm not much of the fighting game player, however, this isn't my first time playing v.e.v.o, as I had the Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown or PS4. Gameplay is smooth and addictive, ranking doesn't rank you for losing at very low rank, so it's a very stress-free for a good while as you learn new characters and you can just focus on the fight without any unnecessary extra pressure. The lack of gimmick mechanics like heat or rage is also very welcomed. Many complain about the lack of features, but first of all, Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.o is again not a new release. Sega is developing v.e.v.o right now, so I frankly don't care about the extra mode if it means investing resources that should be going on developing Virtua Fighter 6 instead. The game looks good despite its age, but of course there are a few dated details like the facial animation, sound design or music which could have been improved, but again that would have meant extra development time. I got Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.o to simply learn and practice v.e.v.o while waiting for v.e.v.o 6, and I'm happy with that purchase, which by the way is more than 50% cheaper than the latest fighting games, so price-product ratio is pretty fair. The only thing that disappointed me is matchmaking, sometimes unstable or laggy. It's not a serve problem on my hand, but this aspect should be focused on the Sega, because the success of v.e.v.o 6 depends on the netcode as well, so I hope they are taking note on what is going on with the initial PC release of v.e.v.o 5 R.E.V.o. This game is built off v.e.v.o 5 US, now featuring the Rollback Netcode, 4K and 60fps and new balance adjustments to help the iron experience out into what Sega dubs the final form of v.e.v.o 5. Seeing this is Virtua Fighter 5, the game feels great to play and also pretty approachable for newbies like me. The game features online and offline with matches, ranked matches, tournaments and arcade mode. It's pretty small compared to the other fighting games like Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6, but especially due to its low price point, this can make us a really good introduction title to the fighting genre in general. The presentation is really solid, featuring a nice graphic design style with the painted UI elements with a red, blue and black color scheme, being simple but easy to read. The dragon entire helps elevate the graphical fidelity into something that feels pretty modern. The music is of course excellent, featuring the music found in the Ultimate Showdown and a brand new vocal track, Burning Souls. Some of my favorite tracks of the series brands, Aliens and Lions Raffles, stage themselves as also the customization of the character select tracks. Online matched pretty well, and I haven't run into much issue, other than the being pretty bad. If you're looking for a beginner's first fighting game at a low entry cost, Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.o is a great choice. Another thing I didn't appreciate is the lack of customization options if you buy the standard version. They could have clarified it was like that. Besides, it's an unnecessary exploitation. It's an old game meant to be replaced by Virtua Fighter 6 when it comes out, thus capitalizing of customization over something that might less than 2 years in a lame move. On the other hand, I'm glad that whatever lag customization we have doesn't go to the cloning side to extent of Tekken 8, that thanks to the vast majority of players with bad taste and infinite sense of humor now looks like a parody of itself on the competition for the worst cosplayer prize. So I hope that first of all Sega will patch matchmaking. Second, it would be nice if they could rectify the main decisions of locking out customizations for the standard edition and allow it, at least to let players use the rest of my costumes already in the game. Overall, the gameplay is exactly what it's meant to be, so I see no point complaining about what it's not. I decided to support Sega because this is probably the best fighting game for me, and because What we saw with the Virtua Fighter 6 so far is fantastic. Some wanted world tour or story mode, who cares really? We should expect that in Virtua Fighter 6, but this game is merely a bridge between the past and the future. I'm glad it plays this well and I'm having fun with it. It's all that matters while I wait for Virtua Fighter 6. Also some Steam Deck notes. I've played a few online matches on Steam Deck and I'm impressed. The auto-configured settings help the game reach a pretty consistent 60 FPS with a decent amount of graphics, looking untouched or still looking decent. I haven't ran into any issues. If it keeps this up, I strongly advise Sega and Valve to update the game store page to give it the Game Deck verified notice. Great job on this front. So guys, this review is getting to the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next videos.